अभी मैं गुजारिश करता हूं सेनेटर राना मकबूल साहब से कि वो अपने ख्यालात का इज़हार करें और मुझे पता है, मुझे उनको बताना नहीं पड़ रहा कि टाइम का ख्याल रखें।
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir. I really feel honored. You have given me time. That is not less than a miracle, by all means. I'm so indebted that there are no words of gratitude for your kindnesses. I'll be very brief because I've heard from laureates saying brevity is the soul of wit. I really congratulate you for making all these magnificent arrangements for the spectacular function of Golden Jubilee. Senate really deserved it, and all the honorable guests who are participating, all of us are really obliged to them that they spare time to sit with us and listen to our observations on various aspects of Senate, its contribution, more so its story of successes and its story of inadequacies. But to begin with, I must pay tribute to the architects of this edifice of Constitution. We didn't get Constitution till 1973. And Mr. Chairman, you must have observed, it was a great example of unity and diversity. The parties who were, to begin with, not for this country, they also were brought around by as charismatic a personality like Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So that is mainly his contribution to bring the nation on one platform. And the Constitution since then has become some other, with little failings as well, a lifeline for this country. So on this we can develop the further edifice of prosperity, of continuity, of progress, and of strength. You might remember these two leaders, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Shaheed, and Mian Nawaz Sharif. They played a monumental role in the security and the durability of the existence of this country. One started with the atomic program, and Mian Nawaz accomplished it. It's therefore this country has become militarily impregnable, and we are at the beck and call of our Muslim brethren to assist them in any situation of challenge. So both openly and inwardly, this atomic capability of this country is a source of strength. And almost this is a state of invincibility, despite our certain policies which are not yielding results. The most important aspect, most of my friends and honorable senators, they have indicated that is our judicial system, because judicial system and the constitutional aspect are interdependent. Rather, since the courts, honorable courts, are the custodian of the Constitution, they are there to interpret the Constitution. So if, unfortunately, they falter somewhere, it results in awesome ramifications on the future of the country. For example, that we have to revisit. There are honorable judges who have a name in our history, and they really serve the Constitution. But there are others who have really uprooted the foundation of the Constitution. So we have to have arrangements, foolproof arrangements, to rectify the situation. Of late, it has been already mentioned, if there is misinterpretation of the Constitution, like we have already suffered a few months ago, 63A, which is not based on real appreciation of the spirit of the Constitution. And you might have seen immediate repercussions of misinterpretation of the Constitution. So the courts are the real builders of the Constitution. So they have to be acting with great responsibility. And the Parliament, that is their duty to make them work on the correct lines. You might have seen there was a honorable judge of Supreme Court who gave powers to a military dictator to make amendments in the Constitution. Have you heard of any democracy in the world doing this? And it was done. We don't have any mechanism to address this situation. So the Parliament, they have to put their minds together to go for making laws, to create checks and balances, that nobody, no institution deviates from the path of its duty. I'm going to finish it, sir.
Thank you, sir.
More so, you might have seen of late, 4 versus 3. What is this? Why there is so much of divergence? Why there is so much of difference? Once you're talking about rules, you should try to convert your opinions on rules, genuinely. And once the cases are allotted to certain people, certain individuals, one after the other, we need to have a mechanism at the apex court level, because it does that far-reaching repercussions. There should be a body of the honorable senior-most 3-4 judges to decide the cases where they have to go. So this area of fixation, that is to be addressed by the Parliament, and there are certain people who will be moving certain laws which will be brought to your notice. All the same, there is an opportunity. There were friends from Palestine as well, and they were giving a thumping reception. Mr. Mushair talked about the volleys of resolution we have been sending. Do the resolutions address the situation? There have to be practical steps by the Muslim Ummah to stand up, and they should address the situation. They are resourceful people. Ulama have been complaining throughout against the Muslim Ummah, their level of apathy and inactivity, saying, क्या नहीं और अजूनी क्या नहीं और गजनवी कारगाह हयात में बैठे हैं कब से मुंतजर अहले हरम के सोमनाथ, काफिला हिजाज में एक हुसैन भी नहीं, काफिला हिजाज में एक हुसैन भी नहीं, गर्च है ताबदार अभी गेसुए दजला व फरात. So one would be rise to the situation. Our people are being slaughtered. They are being killed right, left and center. The women are being subject to rape. And whole of the, we are investing $80 billion, $20 billion, $120 billion. There has to be collective and conscious efforts to fight against this menace. So this is what the Constitution,
Thank you, sir.
the rule of ethics tells us. But one thing I may submit in the last, Allama said, there are 3 things with the Muslim Ummah. He is the great messenger of advice and reformation. He says कि ये जो है the autocracy and the clergy and so-called mysticism and sainthood, these are the 3 ailments. Under their influence, the nation is suffering. We have to be an egalitarian nation, rising to the occasion with modern ideas and fight against and have a crusade against all these ailments to build up a real country and impregnable nation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Senator Rana Maqbool Sahab, sir, if you would please come and collect your souvenir. Senator Shaadat Awan Sahab requested to please come and collect your souvenir from the chairman.